Satsuki looking for that damage, finds him on the Diablo. Diablo forced it back out as their health drops low. The Immortal now is on 25%.
Back down Yo on the Greymane, gonna be the first to fall. But is it ETC? No, that's Malthael up there. A triple.
The Leyline used in the back, catching 3 people on top of that, followed up by the APOC and the Lurking Hawk. Catching 2, but this time on is gonna be the first one.
Wow, did you see that mosh pit? 4-man mosh pit while on a conveyor belt. That was like a regular sushi.
There's the lead, catches him in the mud pit. Time trap does pop. Mosh pit goes out. Ruby's still in trouble. Pops to stay a while and listen, but it's not going to matter.
Here comes the Boros on the backside. The Visual gets thundered and then stunned. Oh my goodness! The combo!
Getting shrunk down, ETC getting killed. He becomes dog food for the Greymane.
I didn't think they had a chance. I thought it was all over. We said all or nothing, and they got absolutely everything.
Howdy, hello, and welcome to twitch.tv/Nexus Gaming Series. I'm Taco. I am your host this evening. Unfortunately, 2 matches got cut down to 1, but it still is going to be a good one. We got Phoenix Rising Esports versus Big Push Power coming in here for the last qualifying round of, the last qualifying round of Storm Division, also known as Qualifier 5. Both teams look like they are about ready and rear end to go. Unfortunately, my co-caster is in the other room begging my wife for pizza, and Taco has just been fed. So let's get over to the map bans. Tomb of the Spider Queen and Tomb of the Spider Queen and Braxis Holdout banned by Phoenix Rising, as well as Sky Temple and Cursed Hollow banned by Big Push Power. Phoenix Rising taking us to Ultric Pass, which means Big Push Power has the first pick of the draft. And now let us let the teams know that we are ready to go. Real quick, as we're getting into this draft, again, I am Taco. You can find me at twitch.tv/LTaquito and on Twitter at the Lil Taco. I was late on my tweet today, but you know, it's a thing. And you can find out when I'm casting at the Twitter. You can find out when my team plays, where to watch us, and sometimes I put pet pictures up there. I'm trying to do that more. I should make my pets an OnlyFans. Alright, so Ultric Pass, really big map with a chunk of zone control, extended zone control. So I don't know about these people that are really good at this game, but me down in like my lowly gold, where I'm not good at this game, I like map pressure. I'm thinking things like Ragnaros, Azmodan. I want to see a team just try to overwhelm with push, so that the objective is like, we'll get it if we can. We'll get it if we want. But we want to distract them in the other lanes, so that we can get the objective. Hogger ban. Hogger's really strong right now. These high-level players have been playing a lot of Hogger, banning a lot of Hogger. He feels almost, I've been overcome. He feels a lot like Medivh kinda with his pick ban rate, where it's like he must be involved in the draft in some way. So the second ban to come out is that TLV. TLV kind of along that same line of the overwhelm by pressure aspect. And Stitches, a Stitches ban. Any high-level tanks out there that play Stitches want to give me some coaching on Stitches, please let me know. I have recently come to the conclusion that I need to be learning Stitches. So if you are a tank coach, if you involved with NGS or something, if you play a lot of Stitches and are really good at this game, please reach out to me. I am Taco in the NGS Discord or in the Region Discord. I need to learn this dude. Zag, the absolute winner out of the last balance patch. Dahaka and Vala not showing up yet, which are both really strong right now coming to these last couple of patches. But Junkrat, infinite delay on the objective. For Big Push Power taking Junkrat first, that infinite delay going to be on the bottom side objective. But Gingy Boy, who shout out to Gingy Boy for helping out my team. We scrimmed the team that he's coaching, and while that team is better than us, Gingy Boy and the rest of the team giving us some pointers there with Phoenix Rising Citrine. So again, thanks for the help there. Blaze Brightwing coming out. Brightwing really good with these mobiles. Also Dahaka, the global presence. I like globals on both sides here. Blaze has also been really strong, and I think around some of these control points he can do really well. That stun is very well extended beyond the impact point, so in these quarters he can still stun almost the entire team, if not the entire team. Someone has come to visit. So promptly we ignore the draft. That was a Joanna ban, and we do things. Flipper, sit. Come here. Yeah, good boy. Sylvanas, come. Sit. Let's see. Greymane ban following the Joanna ban. And a Zul'jin Lucio pickup. I like the Lucio here. The Zul'jin, maybe a little early. Just because you don't know how. Blaze is the only. I guess Brightwing has to be kind of close to heal Blaze. But I feel like Blaze, is being the only known frontline so far, might be hard for Zul'jin to do what he needs to do. Okay. Free. So that's an interesting pickup. We'll see. Tychus Diablo. So that is an offlane Blaze with Diablo tanking. Tychus is a bit of a closer ranged hero, so I think Zul'jin is going to work out into that. And Diablo into Lucio can be a little interesting, but a good Lucio will stay at angles that are favorable to not get hit into the wall. He's wall riding against Diablo. The Hanzo, really good delay pressure here as well. I think the Hanzo Zul'jin is going to actually perform really well here. But that Junkrat is just really strong, so we'll have to figure it out. If I can get a mod to start a prediction, just a 2 or 5 minute prediction on which team's gonna win, just looking at these drafts, that would be fantastic, and I appreciate it. Puppy, where you going? Here's a little bit of a last look at the Darien before we go away. My channel, he will be the next emote that we get made once we unlock that next emote. There's already Sylvanas and Rhaegar. Rhaegar is the you have to pay more money tier because he's a cat, and I'm not just gonna offer that up so willingly because he's a cat. Ugh. But Sylvanas is the tier 1 sub, and Darien will also be a tier 1 sub emote, and then my logo will be following. And let's go. In the blue trunks on Phoenix Rising Esports PR1. Got split 2 ends on the Hanzo, Gingy Boy on a Nubrak, Shredded Wind on Lucio, Alfie on Zul'jin, and Golden on the Dahaka. That is, again, Phoenix Rising Esports on the red team, C2D2 on the Blaze, Mr. Tito on Diablo, Mike rocking that Junkrat, Alpha Rack on Tychus, and Final Stand bringing it in on Brightwing, the true terror of the skies. That is, again, big push power. Speaking of big push power, Blaze already headed down to try to get some big push power on the bottom lane. Dahaka and Tychus up in the top. Shredded Wind going to be the bottom side offlaner for Phoenix Rising, it appears. Don't underestimate a Lucio, though, in the lane. Now both dogs are in the puppy cam, but the puppy cam's not up because we are in game, and they're super cute, probably. Ooh, we got some high rollers rolling in on these predictions already. Both teams picking up their siege camps, so that's good to see. I guess I can show you that. Junkrat Hanzo making it to the bottom lane. A tank war in the middle. And, I mean, a dinosaur versus an infested mech. You know, your normal stuff. Just your normal fights going on. They all just happen to land on this snowy mountainside. Gotta get those globes. So this first objective, being on the bottom side, is actually really favorable for big push power. They can infinite delay with that Junkrat without risk of losing that front fort, so he won't really be in danger. But a big ol' stun coming in onto the Lucio, Blaze with that jet propulsion, and then Lucio not able to get away, somehow not able to get through with clipping, even though he was wall riding on the ice hole. Which I guess, you know, that's the old joke, right? How do you catch a Lucio on Alterac Pass? Well, you come over here, you cut this hole in the ice, this hole right here, cut it in the ice, you put some peas around it, and then when Lucio comes to take a pee, you kick him in the ice hole. And this is also the last time that apparently I'll ever cast on this channel. So, you know, thanks, it's been fun. So objectives are spawning. Junkrat is going to be able to delay here for a long time. So look to see Brightwing, especially Brightwing, get some more soak and push time. And then come to the team when necessary for the objective. But I really do expect Red Team to play this fairly passively. Oh, there's the face palms. Okay, the timer finally caught up. Oh, man. Yeah, I'll atone for that one, Crush. Don't worry. Junkrat going down, though. Not a whole lot of health. He doesn't bounce himself quite the direction that he wanted to. So he's not going to be able to delay for a little bit. Phoenix Rising needs to move in on this objective early. I know the objective isn't as important early on, but this is their opportunity to actually get it without being stalled out. So there it is, Lucio getting that channel. Hanzo soaking up. Oh, man. Sorry, I'm still cracking myself up. Junkrat is back. This is a 5v5 when Dahaka shows up. So right now 5v4, Dahaka's probably about to appear because there is an engage onto a Nubrak. But no, the channel does get stopped. Dahaka's staying top because there is a decent disengage from Phoenix Rising. Nice charge on Zul'jin. Doesn't quite catch the wall though. Mr. Tito probably a little bit upset there. Caught just a little bit of a bad angle. Zul'jin trying to slow down that Junkrat. Brightwing giving that movement speed right back. Here comes the phase shift onto Diablo. That's going to be a big ol' heal. Nubrak getting pushed into the towers, but Beetles and just a newbie booby shields going to get him out just fine. Can see a little bit of Hanzo acrobatic action. And Dahaka looking to see what's going on in the bot. Not quite catching those minions before they deal some tower damage. Not a whole lot, it's just 3 minions. Here comes the siege camps yet again. Really good timing and discipline on these camps. Phoenix Rising 8 seconds out from capping this objective. Diablo all alone into 4. A Nubrak coming on in. There is the phase shift from Final Stand. Gonna save Mr. Tito. The Riptire coming through to add some extra disruption. Level 10s online. We haven't even looked at talents yet, so we'll take a look at those here in just a moment. But Split End's about to fall to the Blaze. That's gonna be the go-ahead kill for Big Push Power. Alright, real quick, while the Hansa's down, I don't think Phoenix Rising wants to take too hard of an engagement. There's a charge on the Golden, and the flip is going to be no Dahaka able to burrow, but the stun on the way out, and Junkrat doing them Junkrat things, really disruptive. So there's a look, so that simple geometry only halfway done. Heroics for Phoenix Rising are Tez Dingo, Cocoon, NA Arrow, High Five, and Isolation over here for Big Push Power. Got Blink Heal, Commandeer Odin, Bunker Drop, Riptire, and Lightning Breath. Interested in the Lightning Breath. That's not a very common pick. And Diablo is in the W build, which is stronger with that Lightning Breath. So, which, you know, I actually like it. Because with the Lucio, the Dahaka, and the Nubrak, they have a lot of disruption on Diablo engages. So I think going with that kind of resets, getting, if he goes at the 16 to get that damage reduction, I think he can get a lot of value out of these Ws. Nubrak chilling on his own. And we are 7.5 minutes in. We're level 11, and the first objective has yet to be capped. But as I say it, here comes the Lucio getting the cap. Tychus just a little bit behind on the interrupt, and that channel is going to go over to Phoenix Rising. Objective number 1, engage onto Nubrak. High five as well. Lucio boosting to the rescue, and Dahaka just pushing away. They're behind a little bit on the XP by about 2k, and that's mostly minions. So that's the Dahaka push seems to not quite be doing what they want at the moment. Offlaner battle with a nice drag as the cavalry shows up. Here comes Diablo for the gank onto Dahaka. And the flip. Stun. Dahaka still got the burrow, though. He should get out just fine. Looking for a little extra tongue on Diablo. Here's the Riptire out of the Junkrat. Trying to protect this bottom fort, or this mid fort. The bottom fort does get cleared out. A-okay. But Brightwing, not okay. Not okay. The 4-man, 5-man engage onto the Brightwing. And then a Nubrak wrapping up Tychus. Tychus is going to get dropped right after. Those two didn't have a chance alone into the 5 of them. And really, really good use of that Cocoon. Hey, I know this is 5v2, but we can make it 5v1 twice. Just really good, really nice use of it. Big Push Power trying to get lanes cleared out. Got top cleared out, but Blaze might be a little bit overextended. But Brightwing back up with the phase shift. Going to come in onto the noob and Dahaka. Here's Diablo. Is a Nubrak going to get out with that burrow charge? It looks like he might not have it yet. There it is with the Unstoppable. Getting to the right side. Well, the left. The proper side of Big Push Power. Phoenix Rising tank going to go ahead and back it on up. Going to be back, as we say on Region Rebel. So the next set of objective is coming up. There's going to be prisoners on the top side, which is technically an easier delay for Phoenix Rising. They got the last objective. They're fairly well pushed out. No forts have gone down. And the charge onto the high-fived Zul'jin not going to go anywhere. Tychus by himself pushing bot. Looks like they're trying to get this level 16 advantage. but XP is really close now. Phoenix Rising was able to catch up with those couple of kills and that objective. 4-man gank onto Dahaka, though. He hasn't burrowed yet. The isolation goes out onto Diablo after he presses R, so the isolation not going to stop him from casting that ult. That's pretty crazy. But Dahaka does go down to the Blaze in the process. Nice use of the Lightning Breath. And Hanzo jumping away to safety from the Junkrat Diablo, but here comes Blaze in with the stun right at the edge of the range on Hanzo. The Riptire just gonna obliterate the Hanzo, but simple geometry done on the way. It's like getting your homework done right before you pass out. A nice flip charge into the Junkrat trap. Diablo really shaping the battlefield the way a tank wants to. Looking a little low coming out of that fight, though. Not quite how they want to be, but the Tazdigo comes out for Zul'jin to stay alive. It is going to be enough. He gets over to the health fountain. Brightwing coming back in on Diablo. Blaze looking a little low, though. And charge flip onto Lucio. Shredded Wind breezing on out of there. And Big Push Power coming on out. See if they can get this prisoner saved on the first round. Brightwing gonna go ahead and be back for the mana. Z in to turn this fight around. Looks like gonna come in on Diablo. Maybe the Blaze, since that's where the engage went. And Nubrak targeting the Blaze. Diablo comes in for the safety. The jet propulsion is going to be a big ol' stun. There's the flip. That's gonna be a kill onto Zul'jin, but Diablo's gonna go down as well. Blaze coming out of the cocoon. Here is the Riptire gonna try to get separation. But the Riptire gets stunned by Dahaka and gets killed. Diablo is back with souls, and that is objective number 2 over to Big Push Power. Now, this objective is stronger, probably going to get a fort out of it, unlike the first objective for Phoenix Rising. Middle fort getting pushed, but it looks like this one is gonna go down first with a Nubrak and Lucio, and of course the Beetle Boys. So that one's not going anywhere. This bottom fort also getting kind of low. Brightwing Xenon in to the Blaze, taking lots of damage from that fort, and gonna get a 4-man kill onto the Hanzo, and that fort does go down. Now Big Push Power coming in as 5, trying to get the gang back together again, going for this middle fort, gonna make it a double fort objective. That top fort is also really low. They could rotate on up and go on the Fort World Tour. Junkrat just blasting himself all across the map. What is that, Ripper Air? Yeah. The mobility on Junkrat here is kind of insane. Here's a Riptire to try to re-engage. Now it goes ahead and clears out the wave since he had already pressed R, but couldn't make use out of it for a fight. Junkrat getting that siege camp on his own, getting to the right side of the wall. Getting back together with the tank is all good, DPS will do. Dahaka getting a little bit scared of that engage from Diablo, but still gonna get the wall bang and the flip. Here comes the high 5, there's the lightning breath. Cocoon wrap on Blaze, 5v4 for the moment. Blaze getting out thanks to that lightning breath, there's the bunker drop. And Phoenix Rising on the retreat. They kind of got jumped there. They wanna dictate their fights. So they back off, and Big Push Power rather, looking for their next opportunity. Phoenix Rising trying to figure out how to make up for their forts being down there, down by about a level and a half. Big Push Power gonna have 20s, so Phoenix Rising needs to take this fight before the 20s happen. A big ol' NA arrow and then a drag onto Tychus. They commandeer Odin, not enough to keep him alive. Tychus goes down, and Phoenix Rising going to have a great opportunity to come in here. Level 20s are picked up for Big Push Power. Here comes Brightwing in on the Diablos. Blaze going to go down, though. It's really close. That level 20 advantage might be coming into the rescue now in this 4v5. There's a stun, charge, engage onto the Blaze. Push back the wrong direction. Blaze getting out with that shield and burrow charge. Junkrat trying to get to the front side, but Lucio and Noobrat going to get out together. And a re-engage by Diablo onto Dahaka. Lucio's going to go down. Big Push Power taking this advantage. Zul'jin died somewhere. And Dahaka, Lucio both go down. Brightwing coming in with the phase shift yet again. And we get a boss play. Just taking a look at that wave, marching in onto the keep for a second. This map, very unique in its core armor mechanic. So each keep gives 20. So one keep up gives 20 armor, two keeps up gives 40 armor, and 3 keeps up give 100 armor because it's invulnerable with 3 keeps up. Technically, it says 60 armor, but let's be real. You can't attack it while it has 60 armor. Looks like a split call here. Big Push Power going for the boss and the objective. Blaze is going to channel it on his own. Phoenix Rising still dealing with the boss on the top side. It's about to go down. Keep hasn't taken any damage yet. That's going to be a boss pickup for Big Push Power. That boss does have a lot of Big Push Power. Blaze backing off because Phoenix Rising shows up in numbers to stop the channel, but this boss needs to get taken out. So that's going to leave this objective open for the most part. But Big Push Power opting to go clear out mid lane first. Diablo stealthed because Invisible Friends. Let's take a look at these 20s for both teams. Improved Testdingo, Rewind, improved NA Arrow. That's play of the game. I know that one. It was Amani Resilience. High 5 improvement, Mixing Fire, and the isolation improvement, Contagion. Then Invisible Friends, Big Red Button, whatever the bunker drop is, Fortified Bunker, extra oomph on the Riptire, and Hellgate for Diablo. That is all the level 20s. Here's the big old fight that's getting inside the game. Here comes Commandeer Odin. The bunker drop goes down to save the Blaze, barely alive. And Junkrat getting wrapped up. Here comes Lucio into the mix. A bit silence on Brightwing, I think from that arcane flare. Brightwing's going to be the first one to go down. That might have been a contagion though. Oh wait, Brightwing has the arcane flare. Can't silence herself. Had to have been that contagion. So now down the healer. Big Push Power has to back up a little bit. They have huge range with this Commandeer Odin, but slowed down in the mud. And Zul'jin Lucio gonna take out the Tychus. That's going to be a 5v3 coming into this objective. Hellgate used to escape. But Diablo looking really low. Junkrat still trying to delay. And the bottom boss is cleared. By the way, the bottom boss did get cleared up pretty quick. But Phoenix Rising having to deal with the lane pressure. Yeah, Ms. Wind-Up Bird, Gingy is tanking, and I also forgot to pick a candle of the stream. So, come the NGS season, I will have to start doing that for you and Aura again. We'll have some fun with that. Also, that lets my wife buy candles. Shredded Wind getting interrupted on the channel by that concussion mine. Junkrat here in the fray of base shift on to Diablo, who was, or Blaze, both of them looking really low. It was Diablo because Blaze was in the bunker. Brightwing doing so much work here, but that channel's going to go off from Golden onto that objective. And yeah, we'll take a look at builds again in a minute when there's not all this fighting going on, taking up the entire screen after this objective gets finished up. A Nubrat coming on in on the Junkrat. Junkrat gonna get Invisible Friend and Junkrat himself away. Oh my goodness. All of the escapes on Junkrat are absolutely insane. Lucio not able to stop the recap by the minions because there is so much going on. Zul'jin going unkillable, barely staying alive. Although gets healed up pretty well from those auto attacks, but Diablo with the re-engage onto Zul'jin. It's not going to be enough. Gets interrupted by the Anubrak, and on the side, Hanzo and Lucio go down while we're watching Diablo chase down that Zul'jin. Maybe you guys got to see it, but I was tunnel visioned. And Zul'jin does end up going down. That lightning breath does get used. Gingy Boy trying to burrow to safety with no health. Doesn't have the shield up anymore. The bunker drop stream gonna be enough to finish it off. And Junkrat getting this objective. That is a 4-for-1 on that fight. Here is a look at the talents. This objective has the potential to end the game. A mint eucalyptus candle. That sounds really delightful. Alright, objectives coming in. Looks like we're getting a good old bush gank out of Big Push Power. Nope, they're coming back down to mid. Just gonna sheer force it. After all, they are Big Push Power. Junkrat popping the Hanzo over the keep. Hanzo jumping back across of his own volition. That middle keep goes down. Big defense coming out for Phoenix Rising at this point. This top keep about to fall as well. It looks like, oh no, there's just enough red over it that I couldn't see the keep shape. But this keep does go down very quickly. And the bottom keep as well. That's all three keeps down. Again, and two the cavalry still up. But the contagion spread really well on that one. Dahaku's getting a really good ult value out there, but the core, less than 1,000 health. That's going to go down in just a moment. There it is, game number 1, over to Big Push Power. Phoenix Rising inting mini builds. Let's take a look when we get to the next screen. Damage really even. I thought like throughout the game the fights were very back and forth, very even, but Big Push Power bringing just that to the game and getting those advantages really snowballed into the late game. I like the simple geometry build. I think Scatter Arrows has a lot of power. I'm not sure about the rest of these. Dahaku was pushing lanes a lot, was staying out of fights for a lot, and maybe could have gotten some value out of minion-based build, or a push-based build, or even a more of a health healing base. I don't know. I'm not quite sure. Lots of things going on in the Zul'jin build. I haven't played Zul'jin in a long time, but I'm also a Guillotine fan, so I'm probably automatically disqualified. And I think, not that they would do much for body blocking, but I think a Beetle build really works for a Nubrak here. Maybe even the Carapace, the full Carapace build, getting the move speed here and the resets here. And then when you get the resets on W, taking the W damage is really nice on this objective. But, you know, that's just my thought. But, you know, these guys are a lot better at this game than I am, so who knows? I do like this Diablo build. I think it was used really well here. And, you know, Tychus going pretty standard grenade, except for no Titan grenade at 16. A noob misclicked 4 talents. Right, he started with the W build. And, yeah. So, congratulations to everybody who bid points on Big Push Power. Real quick, while we're getting the next lobby set up, here's a quick look at the stats. Just a reminder, exclamation point Matcherino, code Storm S3 for free money into the prize pool. This is a crowd-funded prize pool for Storm Division that they are playing for. And, yes, also for those of you that saw the tweet earlier, the surprise twist is that a team dropped out tonight, thus automatically qualifying Error 404 for the qualifiers, but they are still playing and can still be a bracket buster. But they automatically qualify either through points or winning this qualifier. So the bracket potential has altered a little bit, but congratulations to Error 404 on their automatic promotion into Storm Division. With that, just a reminder about the Matcherino. And we're back. Where are the dogs? Dogs. Come here. Come. Here. Sit. Down. Focus. Good girl. Free. So with that win, Alfie is PR. Okay. Good girl. Wait. Oh, you know what? That didn't work. All right. Darian, do you want to come up? Ugh. And I give you one? I give you one? Okay, I give you one. Alright, so with that, let's go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. So win over to Big Push Power. Next map pick is Volskaya Industries, picked by Big Push Power. PRE opting for first pick. Darian, what do you want to see here? What do you want to see on this map? I want to see my sister Sylvanas. I want to see Sylvanas play. You're welcome, Ms. Windup Bird. I try to keep them well fed during casts. Yeah, are you happy, boy? Are you happy, boy? So, Darian, what do you want? Who do you want to see picked for this game? Well, if I've learned anything from watching you the past couple days, we're gonna see a Pikachu and a Gengar, also maybe a Gardevoir. They seem really good, so I want to see them come in for. Darian, that's the wrong game. I don't know. Sylvanas and Zeus. No. We do not want to see. Maybe someone wants to see Nazebo. I mean, yeah, good Nazebo can be entertaining, especially with the poison damage. Just watching all the health bars turn yellow. But let's be real. So you want to see Sylvanas? I want to see Sylvanas. She's right here. See Sylvanas? Yeah. Who else do you want to see? I want to see Daddy. I'm right here. I'm right here. You see me? Yeah. Who else do you want to see? The birdie says she wants to see Nazebo. I want to see Nazebo. Well, maybe we'll see a Nazebo. Let's talk to the teams. I think it's really fun to see Li Ming, but that's playing to lose the objective because Li Ming has a lot of objective melt. But also, she can control the point kind of well because minions don't go on to the... Oh, Volskaya's not in the pool? That's funny. Turns out Let's go find out real quick. It's not. Sorry, we're getting it figured out, and fortunately, I'm actually able to talk in the draft this time. So we'll see what's going on in just a second. Hogger ban, Zag ban. Okay, they're bailing on it. So it's not gonna be Volskaya. I'm the lobby host. I win. I now win the game. I was the last one to leave the lobby. I win the game. So that's entertaining. Oh, jeez. That's funny. So, welcome to Storm Div, where everything's made up, but the map pool matters. We're having one hell of a set today, aren't we? So yeah. Meanwhile, again, I'm Taco. This is Sylvanas. Yeah, she's such a good baby. She's a good baby. And that's Darian over there also being a good baby. Alright. Here we go. So now, we are not going to Volskaya Foundry. We are going to Battlefield of Eternity. But really all this means is just more dog time. So I don't know. I think it's fun. Anybody else think it's fun? I think it's fun. So we are in the proper draft, which means no doggy role playing this time. We don't get to speculate on who is going to be picked with the Darester. Darester? I don't like that. I'm never calling him that again. So band's coming up. Race. Although I think it'd be hilarious. So like Darian, right? So when you talk to him all puppy, like Darian. So I think I want to pick a name for an animal, and then do that type of like make the name that. So like instead of Darian, just name him Darian, and see what people try to do to be like, oh Dewey Wowie or whatever, right? Ping me when they pick Naz. This wind up bird. Jeez. That's awesome. Ector coming in with the big plays. MVP to Ektar. Hogger ban Zach. Yeah, it doesn't matter what map we go to. The bans are the same. The bans are the same. Who cares? Who cares? I don't care. Do you care? Do you care? Zag's really strong though. Hager's really strong though. But yeah, they're all the same. They're all the same bands. These are the same bands we saw last time. Maybe not in the same order. Yeah, we saw a TLV. I don't expect a TLV ban here. Hanzo banned by the same team that picks it though. He is pretty good race. Ooh. Also, by the way, Sovereign coming in for Alpha. Alpha was subbing for Sovereign last game, so there is a little bit of a roster shakeup. Let's yeah, while we're drafting, who do you guys think is like probably the top 3 underrated / underplayed heroes? Who do you who do you think should get played more? A Junkrat pickup, first pick again. Is Junkrat really that strong? Like every time I cast Storm Division, I realize that I need to apologize to Prosman Pat and his desire to play Junkrat. We're working on it now, but it's just Junkrat's one of those heroes that I just don't like, but we're working on it. Stitch's Vola pickup. Reminder for Stitch's coaching. Hit me up. HMUBB. A Nubrak Stukov pickup, so that'll a Nubrak's really strong right now too. I'm excited to see more Nubrak. Ms. Windup Bird, you go to Marlo's stream after this match is done, because that's an old video. It's a VOD. You don't gotta go right now. So Vala's really good race here. Vala really strong hero in general right now. Yeah, that might be why I don't like him. But also, Junkrats that make it hard for your own team to engage are also frustrating. Which I'm very excited that my team's Junkrat player doesn't do that usually. So I'm coming around to it a little bit, but not, you know, we're working on it. Ooh, nice, Ektar. I said, hell yeah. To the yeah. Ektar, remind me later and I'll DM Aura to send you some bonus NGS points. I don't know what they do. I don't know if NGS points are a real thing, but you definitely deserve them. Tychus Thrall pickup. Tychus is a really prominent hero still, but I think he's fallen off a little bit. I don't know. He seems really easy to focus down. No, I'm a big fan of a couple of the Overwatch heroes, but otherwise mostly yes at the same time. Cassia Anui got picked up somewhere. Sonya getting picked. I like the Sonya engage, especially following up a Stitches, which makes it not a Sonya engage, but a Sonya follow up. But that is the draft. Let's get another prediction up, shall we? And maybe I'll actually start talking about the game instead of the chat. But it's the chat. You guys are the chat. I'm here for you. I'd rather engage with you guys. Ooh, there you go. There you go. I still need to go check out the store. Ektar, drop that store link, which I think might be below the chat. The store link is not the chat, the stream. The store, drop the store link onto the NGS Twitch profile, and also the bonus code for now. What is it for the players? By the way, NGS has a store now. In case you missed the meat haul. Over here in the Blue Trunks, Phoenix Rising Golden on the Thrall Alfie. On Stukov split ends on the Junkrat. Jinchi Boy on a new Barak. And Shredded Wind on the Stukov. Over here in the red trunks for Big Push Power, C2D2 on Sonya, Sovereign on whoever that is. That looks like Cassia. Final stand on the Anduini, Mike bringing it in on Valhalla, and Mr. Tito on Mr. Stitches. And an early grab onto the Cassia. I'm not even quite sure what happened. So now Phoenix Rising getting some siege in onto Big Push Power in the top lane brawl. Sonya Thrall, that's going to go on for a little bit. Camps aren't up yet. Oh, watching after the delay, that Junkrat and Cassie is so hard. Oh, that's unfortunate. But, you know, normal high-level play. Now everyone in the lanes, nothing going on. Everyone just pressing their buttons. Like, my keyboard works. Look at me. Nice hook onto Gingy Boy. And then the Chastise. No burrow charge away, though. And Mr. Tito in a little bit of a bad spot, but he has that not gorge, the savor the flavors is the quest. What's the ability? Chomp? I don't know. Chew your food? Something? Gets that big ol' heal up. So Tychus and Stukov end up going down. I missed the Stukov kill. I apologize. I was trying to like find what was going on. Here's a look at those level 1 talents. So right here before level 4s get picked up. Camp's getting picked up. Siege camp getting cleared. Siege camp picked up top. Bruiser camp about to get picked up. All these camps going on right here before this objective comes out, because turns out this is Battlefield of Eternity, and that's how you play this map. It's also one of the things that I really like about Storm Div is I'm less good at the game than these people, and I think watching Devour, thank you. Watching the good people play this game, in theory, will make me better. I've learned some really interesting things out of the current set of Storm Div qualifiers, like these past few weeks. Ooh, Vala, Leap of Faith not coming in quite in time. Stukov giving her the clamps. So this early race for Big Push Power gonna be a little bit hamstrung, but Shredded Wind getting hooked in, also going to walk out thanks to the help of suppressing the Stitches. Big Bitey Belly. No, I think that's the heroic crush, is Big Bitey Belly. Lots of fighting around the Immortals, not a whole lot of fighting on the Immortals. Mortal health bar is not really changing at the moment. Look at that trap just chip chatter away. Crush, I'm not sure. Ooh, Sonya coming in on the Anubrak. Here comes the Junkrat for the safety. By the way, the Junkrat is different from Junkrat. The Junkrat is the ability that Junkrat uses to displace people, also known as Junkratting. So Phoenix Rising trying to defend this Immortal. The Vala race showing its strength here early on. Mr. Tito getting chased out. Phoenix Rising getting a little bit of defense here. This puncturing arrow with the Monster Hunter is super strong on BOE. And Stitch is pulling Anubrak in, but Anubrak just burrowing on out, getting out just fine. And this Immortal is going to go to the bottom lane. Sonya getting a little bit more push up here than the 4-man did down here. Cassia getting a little bit stuck. Just listening to those chattering teeth going all over the place. Cassie gets rooted again by the teeth, but in safety. Vala trying to get a little bit extra damage out. The Immortal, no shield, marching on into this fort. This could be an early fort, though. Doing a lot of damage, but Phoenix Rising wearing it down. I think that fort is going to go... No, it gets saved. It barely gets saved. One more big attack from that Immortal would have done it. But they do get it down. Those catapults won't be marching in yet. Phoenix Rising trying to get an engage. Cassie coming on in, gets the chattering teeth, and then Junkratted into the blue side. But Alfie looking a little bit low. Some focus on to Tychus here. Vala trying to get in for that kill. Not going to work, but the pull is going to hit the fountain instead of the hero. Sorry about that camera drift there for a second. That fort does go down. Level 10 is picked up for PRE first, though. That's a little interesting given the status of things. They're up by about 1,000 XP coming from those hero kills. And an extra Merc camp, it looks like. So let's take a look at these level 10s as this camp gets picked up. Flailing Swipe, Earthquake, Undecided Cocoon, and Commandeer Odin for Phoenix Rising on the side of Big Push Power. Light Bomb, Wrath, Strafe, Gorge, also known as Big Bitey Belly, and also Undecided. Riptire does get picked up for the Junkrat, so I think we're going to see a Valkyrie come in. There's Riptire. Vala does go down before the Riptire, but it's going to get used and take out one of those towers as Bruiser Cape getting pushed up. The Immortals are live. With Vala dead, again, Phoenix Rising is going to have the advantage, but when Vala came in earlier, just did so much onto those Immortals. Cassia still hasn't taken that level 10, waiting for an engage. Here it is with the lightning, the ball lightning, I should say.
I must find another way.
Stitch is looking for a grab through that bush. No one's there. That gonna pull that chattering teeth out though. Gonna go ahead and trigger it. Stitch is probably gonna trigger this one too, but here comes Thrall, so never mind, he doesn't want to. Big surrounding engage onto Stitches with the Gorge on Thrall. The Light Bomb as Thrall is coming out. There's the Earthquake though for the safety. That's gonna be really helpful to get Thrall out, but it's not quite gonna be enough. Stitches and Sonya both go down though. The Alpha Wolf not finished for Thrall though before that death. Vala's gonna go down though, so that's 3 for 1. Might be worth missing out on that quest for Frost Wolf pack, not Alpha Wolf. Is this yes, it's a 4 for 1. Now Thrall not too upset about not finishing that quest, I hope, because that is a turnaround on this objective, and that is going to be objective number 2 over to Phoenix Rising, and they are now poised to come back in this game number 2 and maybe even force a game 3. This second Immortal, it's a 2-lane map. These games are generally a little bit quicker, so they can make something happen here. Big old 3-man gank onto the Sonya in the top lane. You saw it all happen. You didn't need me to narrate it, but that Riptire does get used for extra measure. The Ball Lightning comes out on top of the Immortal. Tychus getting low, and an extra little big heal from Sukov was almost enough to save him, but the strafe with Vala going to take out Tychus, and a big old hook on a Shredded Wind. Sukov looking in trouble. Vala's going to be able to keep up, and that Sukov goes down handily. But this Immortal pushing in on this fort with just Cassie to take it out, although there is a catapult helping. I think the Immortal has enough, but as the rest of the team comes in, Vala really going to melt this. Never mind, that fort is good for now. Really low. Okay. Okay. That fort can be snuck.
I must rest for a time.
Where are we going? We're going to the siege camp. Top siege camp gets picked up. Getting a little bit of relief on that bottom lane. Top lane gonna try to push in. That siege camp has the same advantage the bottom camp does, but the tower is a lot less likely to be took. There's a big old cocoon onto Stitches. Leap of Faith comes out. Riptire trying to follow the Cassia. You heard the Wrath come out. So Sonya going in big ham mode. But double kill. Phoenix Rising pushing on in. See, this is why I don't like Stitches. I feel like I need to learn him for a pit comp, but I mean, he just does so well lately. But I just don't think Stitches brings enough tank to the game. Sure, he's got a big old health pool, but Sonya and... So, Light Bomb, right? Light Bomb and Chastise are the CC here. There's a Spear Stun and there's a hook if it hits. There's no Rain of Vengeance, there's not Valkyrie. So, Big Push Power is really missing at, like, team engage tools. Pull on the Bruiser camp to delay it. Maybe trying to grab someone as a cap to get an easy kill, but Here comes the Riptire getting interrupted by the Stitches in the back line. Junkrat blasting Stitches away, but the rest of the red team looking kind of low. Gonna have to get some sippy sips. Vala just having a full B back. Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about the damage for Phoenix Rising. Kind of what Goon's talking about in the chat. I don't like this damage on this map, but they're working out pretty well because, as my BOE motto is, you can't race if you're dead. And so I like to kill the other team and then go for the Immortal. Junkrat getting gorged. There's the Light Bomb following the gorge. Junkrat just gonna get obliterated. He got all blowed up. And the big old monster hook almost grabbing Thrall or Tychus, but not quite. So Nubrat coming in, and Stitches is trying to walk back up to his front line, his mid line. The Sonya Cassia are gonna go down in that process because Stitches is in the back, missing that hook. I think Mr. Tito is just kind of struggling this game. And when not quite able to heal himself up behind that wall from the poison damage from, I guess that was Wrath? Ancestral Wrath, yeah, from the Thrall. Maybe it was grenade damage too. Was that grenade damage? I think it was a mix. So Phoenix Rising gonna handily take this next objective. And sitting in a good spot. Phoenix Rising really in control of this game.
The light of the crystal arch shines on.
Oh! Stitches getting caught up above. Here I am thinking everyone's gonna come to the lane. No one dies though. Riptire gets used. Wrath is popped. Junkrat gets gorged. And there is another light bomb. Using that gorged light bomb on cooldown now on Junkrat twice in a row. That might be Big Push's power. Big Push Power's way back into the game is getting rid of that harass from the Junkrat. But Tychus and Commandeer Odin pushing in really hard onto this keep now. Along with the Immortal, Sonya's gonna go down. Just not able to do anything between the Anubrak and the Immortal stuns. There's a lot of, and I think the root from Thrall came in there too. There's just a lot of suppressing power out of Phoenix Rising's team. And this core probably gonna go down here. Vala in the cocoon. Gonna get out in time. Set 0%. I couldn't even say the numbers fast enough. That is going to be game number 2 over to Phoenix Rising Esports. And you know, we can we'll blame it on Volskaya Foundry. No, we're not. We're going to a game 3. Game 3 hype. Hype, 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 hype. Sylvanas. Sit. Oh baby. You want the taco? Oh, here are the talents. You want the taco? Free. You want the taco? You don't why you don't want the taco? He's like, "Daddy, I don't want to eat you." I mean, that looks like a pretty standard build for a Thrall. We see the same build on Anubrak, going that grenade build on the Tychus. Game 3 Lost Cavern. I wouldn't put it past these guys. Interesting, yeah, interesting anime build. I think that's what you would expect to see out of this vol. Okay, can someone explain to me taking Gloom and Seething Hatred? Because while at max hatred increase all your damage, but Gloom consume all your hatred. So I'm using my my puncturing arrows, and I Gloom to make them do more. And then so I have no stacks, and so I don't have my damage bonus anymore. I don't understand. Like, I legit don't understand it. But here we go. That's not the right screen. This is the right screen. We are going to Infernal Shrines for game number 3 for the tiebreaker. Infernal Shrines picked by PRE, both times the losing team opting for the first pick. There you go, XGDI map pool. Let's roll. People picking haunted or ARAMs and haunted mines. As long as Booty Bay is not included. So here we are, like I said, with that game number 3 hype. I gotta sneeze. What are we looking at here? What are we looking at? You're staying staying alive bump. Oh, okay. What is it? The spell power? I mean spell armor and health regen. Okay. That's fair. I'm not a very good Vol. I tank, okay? I play tanks and I play stupid assassins. Like yeah. So anyway, we're gonna tell the teams that we're ready. Oh, okay. Ah. So going into Infernal Shrines. Y'all probably want to watch the draft. Covey, welcome to game number 3. The real question is, do we see a Gengar this time? Red team, what are you doing? What are you doing? Infernal Shrine. Sonya is like the banner, and Dahaka, I think, the banner heroes for Infernal Shrines. All of that AoE, all of that team fight potential. Wait, did Gloom have... I thought Gloom's active was just spell power, not spell armor. I thought the passive was just spell armor. Now I have to go look. Activate to consume all hatred, granting 3 spell armor per hatred consumed for 5 seconds, or per hatred consumed for 5 seconds. Heal for 2.5 health per second for each stack of hatred. So, okay, it's spell armor, not spell power. That makes more sense. So you can get an extra 30. You can have. Okay, I'm on track. Stuka, Junkrat band finally comes through. Zag and Junkrat band, Stukov and Dahaka band. 3 StarCraft bands here. All Zerg. Well, I mean Stukov, you know, half and half. Gingy picking up the Anubrak yet again. Going the hat trick, baby. Going 3 games in a row with Anubrak. Let's see what is going on over here. Mr. Tito picking up that Diablo again, going back to what works. Tychus picking up, or picked up by C2D2. I believe Tychus was on the winning team both times as well. So Tychus swapping sides yet again. I've now learned 2 things out of this. Or I've learned something today about Gloom. Did I learn something earlier? I think I remarked about learning something earlier, but I know I learned something from like the first 2 weeks. Again, this is why I like casting Storm Division. It's so that I can turn from Scrub Taco into... well, okay, still Scrub Taco, but with more knowledge. That Vala ban, Lucio ban, Vala can be really strong here too. I think that multi-shot build would be better here. But banned, so it doesn't matter. That Dahaka gets banned out too. Hogger and Blaze both get picked up. Hogger can just go forever in that objective space, so I'm surprised we don't see Sonya in the picks or bans, but maybe I'm behind the times. A Greymane pickup though, also really strong. Decent clear on the shrines, really good blow up onto those healthy big boys, Diablo and Hogger. The unholy trifecta. I'm gonna need you to explain that a little bit there, Crush. Gul'dan and Straza coming in as well. I'm interested in the Straza pickup. Do we get to see globes? Do we get to see globes for Gul'dan and Diablo out of the Alex Straza? and maybe see a Devil's Due pick up at level 1. I want to do something like that. I want to get like Mephisto, Diablo, Imperius, and Alexstrasza, and I'm trying to think of someone else that, because KT Infinite Globes is also nice instead of maybe the Mephisto. I'm trying to remember who the other hero there is, but just heroes that just function off of globes and can function off of Infinite Globes better than other heroes. Oh, Tracer. I think Tracer with the Zeta health pack. Tipsy one trick. The a Kel'Thas to finish off the draft. All right, we're getting into some fun here. Crush, lay it on us one more time. Let's get the prediction going for game number 3 with all right, KT. Oh, okay. What, while Hogger was like super overtuned? In the blue trunks, Phoenix Rising Golden on Blaze, split ends on somebody. Kel'Thas, Gingy Boy on Anub'arak, Shredded Wind on Brightwing, and Alfie on Dasonia. And over here in the red trunks, Big Push Power, Alexstrasza in the good skin. I can't see. Final Stand, Mr. Tito on Diablo, Mike rocking the Blaze, C2D2 on Tychus, and Sovereign on whoever's left. Hogger. So yeah, chat's a thing, and I don't think I can get my chat turned off. So, you know, don't read chat as I draw attention to it. Brightwing coming on into Alfie. Greymane getting healed up, almost going down to that Diablo. Great engage. Great save by the Shredded Wind. So, if Shredded Wind's playing Brightwing, is that... I think there's a joke there. Or a few. A few jokes. Lots of tanky things happening. Anub'arak getting engaging and getting engaged on. Diablo going in on Greymane. All of the damage are going to get out though. Tychus looking really low. Brightwing saying, hey, I got heals again. Boy, boy, boy. And Tychus, well, that's an Alexstrasza, so you know. Alright, level 1s. That's a Q build. Looks like a lot of hype for Phoenix Rising. As far as the wagers, as far as the chat representation. And here we go, coming in for our first real fight. Probably, I mean, there was a scrum up here just a little bit ago. But Phoenix Rising looking to engage on this camp. Looking to be a 3v4, 4v4 now. A big old brawl, and a weird interaction there as Diablo charges, but there's a knockout in the process. We do get Dragon Form out of Alexstrasza to secure the camp. That's not going to be up for the objective now. So that's a little bit of a loss there, but they do get the camp. Alexstrasza is such an influential healer. As easy as she is to counter, post level 10, Alexstrasza should basically win every objective by alternating between, especially these area protect ones, by alternating between R and Q. I mean, not Q, alternating between R and D between objective phases. I mean, even in on this map, you can use them both on each one because they're spread out, unlike like the tributes and stuff. She should be able to control the map. So I want to see how Final Stand does this. Engage flip on to split ends. He's looking a little crispy, but getting a Brightwing coming in for the save after he walks out. Hogger letting loose, going hog wild around these corners, gonna do all the zoning. Remember, he can still be damaged, and his path is predictable. So an early advantage on the objective for Big Push Power, and they have a 5v4 as Blaze isn't quite in the objective yet. He's still up in that lane. That Bruiser can't push at top. Big Push Power wants to engage on here and get up for that clear. Phoenix Rising wants to get this delayed a little bit more. Marlo, welcome to the Nexus Gaming Series, game number 3 of Phoenix Rising Esports versus Big Push Power. And Big Push Power does pick up the objective. Frozen Punisher, really nice Punisher to have early on. Get those tower disables, maybe even get the fort down with it. Greymane somehow escaping death by the hair of the dog. And Anubra getting jumped, goes into double-digit health. Is he gonna make it? Brightwing, what the hell? Coming on in. Oh, the shield coming in. Diablo not quite able to finish him off. The engage looked so good. Anubra was dead to rights. Greymane and Anubra getting out with no health from that Punisher. That fort does go down though. So overall, a big win for Big Push Power. Those 2 kills getting away. Feels kind of bad for them, but they got the fort. They didn't overchase, or they didn't chase, they didn't overstay, so they didn't die for them either. So really good play coming out of Big Push Power. Here's a look at the talents up till now. Level 10s will be in soon. Anubra going that same build. Trying to get that burrow charge. Trying to get that burrow charge build going, or value. Right? 1 HP in a dream. A Nubarak. Gingy boy feeling a little tender, yeah, a little tender there. Handle with care. Gul'dan picking up a camp down bot because Gul'dan does things. Might have a little bit of a brawl going on here in the mid lane. Kael'thas hiding, being sneaky. I hope they don't come through this bush. And they didn't. He was right. But Blaze getting engaged on going the wrong direction for safety. Here goes Brightwing with the phase shift and the Horrify going to get the blast, or still walking towards safety. Does Shredded Wind keep the Blaze alive? Not quite. Oh! And Shredded Wind blink healing to safety as Blaze goes down. Speaking of blink heal and Horrify, level 10s, bunker drop, blink heal, Pyro Blast, Cocoon, and Cursed Bullet for Phoenix Rising. But here's the engage. This is Lightning Breath from the Diablo yet again as he finishes the Soul Stone. Lightning Breath is going to come out, but not really get a whole lot done. It is going to send Shredded Wind and Alfie back to base. So Alfie decided to stay. After all, here comes the Brightwing, so Alfie didn't have to go back. Commandeer Odin, Lifebinder, Horrify, Lightning Breath, and Hortipult picked up for Big Push Power. Greymane jumping on in to the Gul'dan. Gul'dan at full health. The Pyroblast hits right after the big heal goes off from the Alexstrasza, so not getting value out of that heal, but Dragon Queen getting pod, bringing the team back together, and blue team looking at half health. Tychus and Gul'dan just unloading. That damage sneaks up. So it's a lot easier to see Phoenix Rising's damage happen, but Big Push Power's damage is just as present, just as strong, but it's delayed. Ooh, Blaze in a bad spot, getting caught by 4. Sorry we didn't see the engage on that. Brightwing trying to phase shift in, isn't gonna make it though. Probably glad Brightwing didn't make it, to be honest. Brightwing doesn't want to jump in on that. That's one of those times where you say, let Brightwing come, and then you finish off who you're killing. Brightwing coming in on Greymane this time. Although that Peekaboo shield at level 7, gonna make it a little bit harder to finish off who she comes in to save, because it is a big heal. It does have that shield. There is the Horrified Greymane getting caught out, getting flipped. There's Lightning Breath, that's gonna be enough, and Brightwing goes down as well. the Shrine 23-3. Big Push Power going to have an advantage on this Shrine as well. Probably going to finish it off. And that is going to be objective number 2. The Arcane Punisher going to march on in. This bottom keep starting to feel a little bit of pressure. Nubrak coming in with the Beetle Boys to clear it out. The rest of Phoenix Rising trying to get the siege camp. Not going to though, as Big Push Power sniffs it out. And it looks like we might be seeing a 39 here on this objective, because why not? There's the 39, everyone walking away. So how do you decide when to cap after the 39? Again, those of you good at this game, I understand the 39 strat. I'm not sure when to finally decide to go 40. Is it just when the other team starts to threaten, or when you get all the camps, you have pressure in the other lane, so they have to choose what to defend? Big fight here at the red siege camp. If you heard the cursed bullet, you saw them go in. Greymane jumping in on Tychus. Tychus is going to fall. Diablo charging to safety. Hogger going ahead and picking up that objective. So that 4v5 is going to go heavily in favor of Phoenix Rising. They're going to take out 2. They're going to have an easy clear on this Arcane Punisher. Anubrak unloading onto Diablo. Here comes the Blaze. Diablo not going to be able to move. There's the Soulstone though. That's going to be a 5-second return. So it will be full strength Big Push Power here shortly when Alexstrasza comes up. But that is now a soulless Diablo. You're like, but that makes sense. Isn't Diablo soulless? He collects them. Hogger getting out with Hog Wild. Diablo charging onto a Nubrak in that tight quarter, but the Impaling Spine is going to catch him. Yeah, crushing Marlowe, exactly. That I didn't think that was the right way to do it, so thanks for the clarification. Yeah, and really get that camp pressure. That makes sense. Yeah, Phoenix Rising jumping in on that worked out really well for them. Really strong invade onto that camp and mitigated a lot of that Punisher's power. That mid fort still ends up going down with some push from Big Push Power. But Phoenix Rising hang in. They're up on XP while they're down on structures, so they're doing a good job of controlling the lanes. They're up by almost 5,000 minion XP. Down by mercenaries, down by heroes. So big pushes, or not big pushes. Phoenix Rising's ability to soak is really keeping them into this game. Oh, the Hortipult got him just far enough to cancel the Pyroblast. I don't know that Pyro would have finished him off in time because of all the healing coming in with the Fountain and Alexstrasza showing up. But that still kind of feels bad for the Kael'thas. But Hogger still ends up going down. The combo from Cursed Bullet and then everything else. Spell Shield onto Tychus and lots of healing, so Tychus doesn't even feel that Pyroblast. Diablo getting his armor shredded for a minute, gets stunned out. There's the cocoon. That gives Diablo a chance to stay alive, but it's not going to work out. The heal gets mitigated. He doesn't come out of the cocoon in time. Diablo goes down. That's 2 down. Phoenix Rising making a push on this keep. Here comes the Commandeer Odin. Commandeer Odin gonna be enough to scare off Phoenix Rising. Alfie headed back to defend the Gul'dan in this push on the keep. Gul'dan backing up, smelling trouble, seeing that PRE has backed off a little bit. And the Mortar Punisher, or Mortar Shrine is up. Big engage, a huge horrify onto the Anubarak. Greymane going to go down as well. The Lightning Breath catching so many of PRE. Big Push Power getting a perfect engage there. There is the Living Bomb, the Warm Hug on Diablo. And Big Push Power saying we're going to let Hogger do his thing. We're going to paint the map. I see some dead heroes. I want to paint the map. There's a reason I cast and don't sing. I mean, I sing. I sing for me. I don't sing for other people because I like it. Y'all don't have to. Big push power, big push onto this keep. They're not going to delay this Punisher. Instead, they're just going to go ahead and get it moving.
Red team has destroyed the fort. Blue team's core is under attack.
Jet propulsion to safety. Punisher showing on up is going to jump the KT. Here comes the Brightwing on split ends. It's going to be enough to keep him alive for now, but keep an eye on those health bars. Pyroblast going out on Tychus, who the 75 spell armor just expires, but he's going to be A-OK. Kael'thas going deep on the Tychus. He's asking for some trouble. The Cocoon on Dragon Queen. Alex Strauss, it does wear off. Greymane looking low. The Punisher jumping over to Gingy Boy. And it looks like this core might not make it. Alfie getting out of the way of the Punisher. KT looking a little low as well, trying to get some damage out. This might be a core overstay. Diablo's going to go down. There's the Souls. Hogger goes down as well into the Hog Wild. That top keep goes down, but a core at 0% going away. That is going to be game number 3 for Big Push Power, and that's going to push them into the semifinals tomorrow. Phoenix Rising Esports does get points for this qualifier for winning game number 2. That was looked like Phoenix Rising had a chance. If they could hold that defense, looks like they had a chance top. Diablo respawned from Souls, so he was probably going to clear out that camp, but it looks like he had an opportunity. What children? Which children, Crush? I'm so confused. Which children? But congratulations to everyone who big bet points onto Big Push Power. Again, winning game number 3 and moving themselves into the semis. Let's see if I can grab, I guess, final stand for a that's not how that's supposed to work. Let's see. Let's see what I can do. Let's see if I can grab final stand. Someone got big points from that, 90 to 900, so nice ratioing there. Let's come over to a lobby for final stand to show up. I almost spelled NGS, INGS. So we got C2D2 playing the Tychus, I think game 1 and game 3. I'm pretty sure Tychus went undefeated this set. So those of you watching, Diablo technically did as well. Those of y'all watching, Tychus might be the way to go. C2D2, congratulations on winning the first evening of Qualifier 5.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, it feels really good.
Good. So y'all should be moving on to, do we know who you're playing yet?
Yeah, it's going to be Error 404.
Error 404. Oh, so that's an interesting one. So with the way the points are set up, I think you'll have to win the qualifier to get into Storm Div for the season. And Arrow 404 is and Arrow 404 is technically they're guaranteed in. They haven't won a qualifier yet, but because of the dropout earlier today of Storm Academy. Air 40. Oh, this is still the qualifier 4, not the qualifier 5. So I'm not looking at the right thing. One of the teams dropped out today. I think it was We Are Farmers did.
Okay, yeah.
No, We Are Farmers played. I don't know what I'm talking about, but
This is Qual 5, though. This is Qual 5.
Yes, this is Qual 5. And now I gotta go back and find the announcement. Anyway, point is, Air 404 is guaranteed in, but they can still bracket bust. How are you feeling about going into that fairly established team from this Storm Div?
Yeah. You know, I've played against a bunch of those players in the past. I think they were like Chili Mountain Academy not too long ago, and then kind of split off. So I'm excited actually to see what we can do against a team that has been together for as long as they have. I mean, it's not that long, but definitely longer than we have. So I'm definitely excited to see what we can, what kind of challenge we can put up against them.
Yeah, they had a little bit of a roster shakeup too, from what I understand. So there's going to be interesting. But the way y'all played today looked really, really clean. Even that game 2 loss was really back and forth. Everything was pretty tight. It seemed like the fights were going either which way, but the objective and the map overall just ended up being a struggle. So I'm interested in your approach to drafting these 3 games.
The 3 games we just played?
That's correct.
Yeah. So we actually used a sub the first game, so we kind of had to work around his picks and what he could play. And he was the one who played the Tychus actually the first game, Alpha Rec.
Okay.
I was on Blaze. But you know, we were sticking with strong meta picks. I feel like Junkrat, you know, in CCL and in higher div play is always prioritized, at least lately.
Why is he so good?
He has really good poke damage, especially on a map like Altrek Pass. Like one of the objectives, Blaze and Junkrat, I don't know if you remember that, but we were just able to stall like basically 2v5 forever.
Yeah, I knew he could stall. He could stall the near side objective, the one that just has that one side of access.
Yeah, so he's got a couple you know, tricks, like the traps for as far as zoning is concerned is really, really strong too. He can kind of proc into 2 different builds. You can go the timed mines at level 1, or you can just go full trap build. Although on a big map like that, you usually don't go full trap build. You can go into endless nades. You can go into the 20 reset. So there's just like a bunch of ways that you can play him depending on how the map is going, and he's usually going to be top damage in any given game. So just a lot of utility, a lot of damage, basically.
Okay, that makes sense. He's just it's sneaky though. Like and also he's super disruptive. So I guess that has a lot to do with it.
It definitely it's not like a extremely hard hero to play, but it has a very high skill cap. You know, like
a low skill floor and a high skill cap.
Exactly.
Or rather, I guess
exactly.
I always think about that wrong. I feel like I guess what I meant to say is a high skill floor, because even if you're at the bottom, like if you're playing him as bad as you could play him, it's still pretty decent. So I feel like
you can still get some decent, like, you know, just by putting your trap down, you know, that does something, right?
Yeah.
So.
Okay. So anyway, that's a lot about Junkrat. So the approach the approach on that Alterac was a delay and win through the lanes.
Yeah, delay. You know, they had the Dahaka, so we always had to kind of watch out for Dahaka soaking. But I think we were able to balance clearing the lanes, getting the camp out pretty quickly each time, especially with Blaze and his level 1, and then just being able to find the picks at the right time. And then once we were able to like kind of get an objective timer start to go, we were really good at just stalling them and delaying them and not letting them cap it back. It was hard for them to kind of really enter into our comp. They were pretty pokey too with Hanzo and Zul'jin, but just like a big Diablo Blaze front line with no % damage. It was really hard for them.
Yeah, Mr. Tito going into that W build with the Lightning Breath, I really liked it into their comps these couple of times.
Yeah.
It's a hard build to, I think, force to work, but when it's offered up, like this Kel'Thas here and some decent ranged engage, or into that first comp where they're really pokey, that's hard to get into them and stay on them, I think it's really strong.
Yeah, I
So,
agree.
game number 2, the Vala got a really good first Immortal phase, and then just seemed to fall off. Vala, one of the better racers, especially with that Hungering Arrow build. What happened?
Yeah, we just we kind of fell apart a little bit, kind of in the mid to late game. It was just like little mistakes, people getting picked, and as soon as somebody got picked, we kind of just had to fall back and weren't able to really utilize the Vala. We definitely had the better race compared to them, but they were able to capitalize on getting a pick kind of either during or right before the Immortal phase. So it's hard for us to really take advantage of that. It was just like little mistakes here and there. I got picked off a couple times. I think Vala got picked off a couple times, and even Cassia a couple times. So it was just kind of I feel like that was the sloppiest game for us, and we'll be looking at that game to see. It was just a little uncoordinated, a little sloppy, but I think we definitely could have won it if we were just playing a little tighter.
Yeah, the when I'm playing BOE with my team, a lot of times it's like let's get race. I'm like, or we could kill them. They can't race if they're dead.
Right. Yeah, there's two ways to play it. You can play the race, or you can play like let's hard defend and just pick a comp where that's like you can't really push into them easily.
Yeah. Do you think trying to prepare for a Volskaya Foundry and then ending up going to BOE had anything to do with it? I mean, they also had the same. They were also preparing for Volskaya, but
yeah, we definitely played some Volskaya in preparation for this, thinking that the map pool was the same in Storm as regular. So we kind of had a strategy going in, but it's okay, you know.
Well,
if it's not one of the maps, it's not one of the maps. So
you have caused a change in NGS now, because now the map command says if you want Storm maps, use this command. So we've gotten that figured out now.
Yeah.
And then that's also, never mind. I'm not gonna say that part because that's bad juju, and we'll wait till next week.
All right.
So never mind there. So a good comp that just kind of that wasn't very cohesively played, and also.
Yeah.
So then this game 3, you come back to what you know and love. You grab the Diablo again. You get the Tychus again. Even though you weren't the Tychus player the game 1, like still with the comp. I think y'all had was Hogger was picked up first for you guys in game 1, right?
Yeah. No, we didn't play Hogger in game 1. Yeah, we played Junkrat first, and then they banned out Hogger in both Volskaya and in BOE. And so then, but we were able to get it in Infernal, and Hogger just, that's one of his best maps.
It just wrecks Infernal. The Alex Straza pick, though, I know that you're not Final Stand, but the Alex Straza pick was kind of interesting. You don't really see her much because she's a really easy hero to counter. She doesn't bring much utility, really, at first to fights unless you pop Dragon Queen. In which case it's mostly bigger heals, but it has that knockback. I feel like her ult, usually her other ult, but her ult and her trait should win any objective that she's at. But that's
I mean, if you're gonna play Alex Straza, that's the map to play her on, right? She's just really good on point control. There's basically 2 people that I know of that are good on Alex Straza, and it's Meat Bicycle and Final Stand.
Meat Bicycle was here in the chat for game number 3.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he loved the Alec. So, it's a comfort pick for him. He's been playing for a while. I don't think it's a secret at this point. And the Lifebinder in Diablo is really good. So,
except when Diablo gets
cocooned, and then triple stunned, and then all that, like triple stun, cocoon, triple stun.
Yeah, but Lifebinder on such a huge health pool, is really strong.
Right.
So thank you for taking us kind of through the idea with each draft. I know we didn't really go into a whole lot of detail for each game. Is there anything out of the set that you thought was particularly outstanding, something really worth mentioning? Anything you wanted to draw attention to?
I think the play of the series was the fear on the very last objective in Infernal Shrines. I think he hit like 4 people with that fear.
It was so
and
dirty.
Yeah, and we were able to get a triple kill off of it and then push an end and win. So that fear definitely set us up to secure the W. Definitely the play of the series from coming out from Mike, I'd have to say.
Yeah,
so shout out to Mike for sure.
Yeah, it worked out really well. Gul'dan, another mage that you don't see as much, but really effective when he gets used. And oh, pardon me, that Drain Life build is still really strong in the Gul'dan meta. He hasn't really had a whole lot of attention lately. It's just so dominant. It makes me sad.
It's a sleeper pick. I think it's a sleeper pick. You know, it's not something that works all the time, but when there's a spot for it on the right map against the right comp, it can be really effective. You know,
I like those yellow health bars.
Yeah.
Yellow health bars are good. So that's the set. So floor is yours for shout outs or anything that you want to hit on.
Just shout out to everybody who's watching. Shout out to my girlfriend who's always here supporting. Shout out to Phoenix Rising. You know, if we don't see them if we get to Storm League or something happens, we will see them in Heroic. So I'm looking forward to facing them again.
All right.
Yep.
C2D2 is that supposed to be like a R2D2 reference? Where does that come from? Because I've seen you a few times. You what?
We're cousins.
Your cousins. Okay, perfect.
Yeah, my boy. And then there's also R2G2, and we're also cousins. The rag main.
Okay. All right. I now fully understand. Thank you, man. Well, you have a good one. Get rested up for tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be a big day. Try to get into that Storm division. So good luck, my friend.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. All right, and with that is drawing NGS to a close. Let me message my mod real quick. Gonna try to get a raid set up for more Heroes of the Storm. And that's gonna draw this to a close. Don't forget Matcherino so that you can help build the prize pool for Storm Division. I'm Taco. Let me change screens real quick so that we can chat. I'm Taco. You can find me at twitch.tv/eltaquito. Go give me a follow. If you want to give me a sub, cool. I'm trying to get some emotes made, but like, if that's not what you want to do with your money, I also completely understand that. And I'm on Twitter at @TheLittleTaco for my team stuff, my casting, just general hanging out, and we'll have some fun. Thank you for hanging out with Storm Division tonight. There will be more Storm Division tomorrow. Cheer on your favorite teams. And with that, we're gonna go visit Kairukan over playing some more Heroes of the Storm. And that's gonna be it for me tonight. Thank you again so much for joining. Everyone have a great evening.
Gotsky looking for that damage, finds him on the Diablo. Diablo forced it back out as their health drops low. The Immortal now is on 25%.
Back down, on the Great Man, gonna be the first to fall. But is it ETC? No, that's Malthael up there. A triple.
Leyline used in the back, catching 3 people on top. That followed up by the APOC and the lurking on. Catching 2, but this time on is gonna be the first to
Wow, did you see that mosh pit? 4-man mosh pit while on a conveyor belt. That was like a regular sushi.
There's the lead, catches him in the mud pit. Time trap does pop. Mosh pit goes out. Fubu's still in trouble. Pops to stay a while and listen, but it's not going to matter.
Here comes the Boros on the backside. The Visual gets thundered and then stunned. Oh my goodness! The combo!
Getting shrunk down, ETC getting killed. He becomes dog food for the Great Man.
I didn't think they had a chance. I thought it was all over. We said all or nothing, and they got absolutely everything.